Taxi death friend faces accusations of discussing evidence. A police tip-off nets another illegal abalone haul. A Tasmanian coroner warns about risky sex acts. Paramedics prepare for a state government pay fight. And researchers close in on a devil cure.
This is Southern Cross News with Joe Palmer.
Good evening, everyone. A man giving evidence at a coronial inquest into the death of his teen friend, who was killed when he left a moving taxi, has been accused of discussing evidence with two other witnesses. Jack Bedell denying accusations he had communicated with his friends, telling the court it was a night he'd been trying to forget.
Jack Bedell, the last of the three boys to come under questioning, telling the court that he assumed the taxi driver thought they were evading the fare and that's why he had sped up. It was noted by coroner Olivia McTaggart that it defies logic you would not have told the police that the taxi had sped up, that the taxi driver was the reason your friend was on the ground critically injured. Eventually, Bedell searching for Jayden, finding him down the hill on the ground visibly injured, surrounded by blood. My blue jeans were red with blood. I don't know if you have seen your best mate crying and grunting. The inquest continuing, deciding on new dates to proceed. Rose Horton, Southern Cross News.
Stay with us. Coming up after the break, a family home blown away following a huge gas blast. And all of the action off the track from the Launceston Cup. Welcome back. The man who killed the real-life American sniper Chris Kyle has been found guilty of murder and sentenced to life with no parole. Eddie Ray Routh, a former Marine and Iraq War veteran, shot Kyle and another veteran dead at a shooting range as they tried to help him deal with post-traumatic stress disorder. Thousands of punters have revelled in the atmosphere at this year's Launceston Cup. As well as picking the hot favourite, locals stepping out to discover what's in style when it comes to the latest field fashions.
It's one not to be missed on Launceston's social calendar. Cup Day, a favourite for racing and fashion fans alike.
Keen punters have enjoyed a day full of colourful cupwear, socialising and of course a flutter on the horses.
Organisers hailing the event a grand success.
A terrific day. The weather's been really kind to us, which we're happy about. The crowd's certainly up on last year.
Holly Monnery, Southern Cross News.
Michael Maney will join us with more of the day's sport news later in the bulletin as the Hawks and Magpies arrive for tomorrow night's NAB Challenge match at Aurora Stadium. One of the favourites takes out the Launceston Cup at Mowbray. And a key component of the Hobart Chargers set up for 2015 arrives in Tasmania. Those stories shortly for you, but first after the break, a look at the day's headlines. And then, just as all hope was lost, a romantic reunion years in the making washes up on a British beach. Welcome back. These are some of the stories making headlines tonight. Taxi death friend faces accusations of discussing evidence. A police tip-off nets another illegal abalone haul. A Tasmanian coroner warns about risky sex acts. And researchers close in on a devil cure. Just returning now to our earlier story with Alex Hart in Central Java, where Indonesia's president has been accused of snubbing Tony Abbott and ignoring his attempts to discuss clemency for the Bali 9 ringleaders. Well, just a few moments ago, the Prime Minister's office has confirmed Joko Widodo will hold a phone hookup with Mr Abbott tonight, and we'll bring you more on that story as it comes to hand. The country's most elite police are undertaking specialised training on how to combat lone wolf terror attacks. We were given unprecedented access to one scenario they've been confronted with that involved dozens of people being put at risk by a deranged religious fanatic. We'll now look at business and finance with thanks to Tasplan, your local super fund. The Australian share market has closed moderately higher, but dragged back by falls among energy players and telco giant Telstra, which paid out dividends. Short time ago, the Aussie dollar was buying 69 euro cents and 78 US cents. Well, Michael Maney joins us now as we take a look at the day's sporting news, and a local takes out the Launceston Cup.
Yes, Joe, Genuine Lad's been knocking on the door for a little while, but finally broke through for a win. Also tonight, a not-so-welcome arrival for the Pies ahead of a blockbuster clash with the Hawks. Welcome back. Former All-Australian defender James Frawley headlines a swag of new recruits taking part in tomorrow night's NAB Challenge opener at Aurora Stadium. Hawthorn and Collingwood both opting to showcase some fresh faces, with a handful of superstars not making the trip.
Arriving into hostile territory, Collingwood players ignoring some tongue-in-cheek quarantine regulations in Launceston. The Pies to debut some fresh faces tomorrow night by skipper Nathan Brown himself, almost a new recruit.
I'm nervous. I haven't played since West Coast in round 10 last year, so I'm very nervous, and I think the young guys will be as well.
Hawthorn arriving with a cargo of 13 flag-winning stars. Skipper Luke Hodge, the most notable omission. Hometown hero Grant Birchall also missing through injury. Brian Lake also staying in Melbourne, meaning all eyes will be on big-name recruit James Frawley in defence. Bounce down is at 7:10 tomorrow night at Aurora Stadium. Chris Rowbottom, Southern Cross News.
The Bill Ryan-trained Genuine Lad has upset GG's Black Flash to take out today's $225,000 Launceston Cup. Craig Williams with the winning ride, edging out local fancy Banker Mo. GG's Black Flash finishing third. Here's the closing stages of the race.
With Banker Mo, 200 to go, Genuine Lad, Banker Mo and GG's Black Flash. It's the Hobart Cup trifecta all over again, but it's Genuine Lad in front, and Genuine Lad's going to win the Cup. Banker Mo second, GG's Black Flash ran third, and Pelicano fourth.
Genuine Lad paying $3.40 for the win. We may have just discovered the best table tennis shot of all time. Blink and you'd miss it, but the replay shows this incredible behind-the-back spin move produced a clean winner. Never seen anything like that, Joe.
Unreal.
Crazy.
Me on the weekend.
You, that's it.
Maybe not. Thanks so much, Mike. Coming up next, Ken Saville will be joining us with the weather.
Good evening. Well, a mainly fine but cloudy day around the place today, with the northwest though copping a bit of drizzle this morning. Temps though up to 4 degrees below the February average. 23 for Hobart, 21 in Launceston, which wasn't bad for the Launceston Cup as we saw earlier. That was the same there for Burnie and Devonport. 25 was the state's top as recorded at Ouse, Bushy Park and Scotts Peak. 23 at Geeveston, the Friendly Beaches. 21 at Strawn, Swansea and Wynyard, with 22 at Ross and also on the Bass Strait Islands. Now the satellite sequence sees a large area of cloud there, gathering speed, moving across towards Tasmania. Plenty of activity there up over the tropics. Close up and some cloud about the state, especially over the north. Tomorrow's chart sees the cold front crossing Tasmania and the high pressure all around it. Some lows to the country's north. Coastal waters and winds north-northwesterlies turning northeasterlies at 10 to 20 knots, reaching 30 knots in the southwest before a westerly change at similar speeds, tending more southwesterly in the north during the afternoon. Swells to 2.5 metres in the west and south. There is a strong wind warning current for the southwest between Southeast Cape and Low Rocky Point. Possible showers about the south tomorrow. Hobart and Cygnet 21, New Norfolk 22 degrees. Showers early in the north shouldn't affect the footy in Launceston 25, Devonport and Campbelltown 24 degrees. Showers for Burnie 24, the same for Strawn 20, Smithton 23 degrees. Showers for the east, St Helens 23, Swansea and Fingal 24 degrees. UV and very high across the state during sunny breaks. Looking to Friday and cloudy across the state. Possible showers for a few centres. Rain forecast for most of the state there on Saturday. Not very good for golf. And not a bad day forecast for the start of autumn on Sunday. Possible showers in Melbourne tomorrow, 23 degrees. A beautiful day in Adelaide, 31. And a partly cloudy day up in Brisbane, 30 degrees. And currently partly cloudy in Hobart, 20 degrees. Cloudy in Launceston, 20, 19 and clear in Devonport. Joe, can't wait for the Mighty Hawks to play tomorrow.
I know. It's going to be a big night. Thank you very much for that, Kenny. That's all from the news team for this evening. Rachel will be joining you tomorrow night. But for now, I'm Jo Palmer. Good night.
The number that you want to win, 253. What do you think? Running into the man. 100 metres to go.
Wide down the side, and Cheerio picking up ground, far and goal basket.